Hello there and good morning. So this is like a part two really. I'm back in Marsden. I'm going to walk down to Slaithwaite and then down through Linthwaite as well. I just thought there was a lot of scenes that I missed the other day when I had time constraints, so I thought I'm going to come back and have a closer look and see what we can get to. So that was taken obviously just before Christmas. This is now Christmas Eve, so this, you'll see this after Christmas, you know what I mean. I need to get better at this, don't I, really? We'll get there. So yeah, we'll just have a steady walk again today, but I am just going to look for more tighter in scenes if I can. I'll probably end up taking bigger vistas and bigger trees and things like that, but I'm going to look at the more intricate scenes if I can, but I'm starting off with a wider one. Anyway, here we go. So I've got this tree here, I've got the tree at the side of me here, and then in the distance there's another tree with the river flowing down in front of it. These two trees are, that one there and that one there, are bookending, just framing the scene in the background, and I think it's kind of nice. I've got the polarise on. It's just doing a little bit just to make the greens pop a little bit and taking a bit of the shine off the river down there. So yeah, so if the shot's any good, it'll be up there. Thank you. So I found a composition here. It's of an old dry stone wall which has collapsed, and all the stone has now got moss on it. And to the left hand side of it there's a line of trees, beech trees I think, which are also covered in moss. I think it's kind of nice. It looks fairly reasonable, so if the shot's any good, you know where it'll be. Additional, my mic's on my case because when I wear this jacket I tend to lose my mic, so I'm holding on to it for dear life. But anyway, here's the shot. So I found another couple of really nice mossy trees here. I don't know if to do them in one go or do individual photographs. They're really nice, it's just the background is very busy. Could have done in the mist we had the other morning if I'd have explored a bit more. Yeah, the other morning I might have got this before it dissipated. But I think it's kind of nice. What, you know, they're both sort of gnarly oak trees I'm going to go for. They look really nice. I'm going to take a shot, shallow depth of field obviously, and see if I can bring them out again in post. But we won't know, will we, until we take a photo and get the camera out. So let's get photographizing. So I hope you can hear me over the noise of the water. Obviously I've got the river coming down. Sorry about that, we're coming out of focus. Obviously the weir there, we said coming down, making a leading line back up the shot, but ending down in the left hand side here. So I'm focusing on here, and to this tree here which overhangs nicely, which is covered in moss again. I'm also taking another shot for the sky, so obviously that's blown out on this image here, but there is a little bit of texture in the clouds, so hopefully I can pull that out. But yeah, I think it's kind of a nice shot, and if it is any good, you know where it'll be. So I've had an idea, and I don't know if it's rubbish or if it's worth going ahead and having a go at. I fancy doing all the famous landmarks around Britain. So you know the funny bridge that brings the boats down, built off the aqueduct in in Scotland, or the Two Horses Heads and Giant's Causeway, you know, Finnegan's Cave, that cave in Ireland, Blackpool Tower, Inns of the North, Big Ben, you know, White Cliffs of Dover, things like that. And I fancy doing, maybe we do it in the camper van and we do it in like one big road trip, or we spread it out over the year and do it when we can. Now I don't want to get the standard sort of amateurist, here's my photograph. I'd like to get weird compositions, part compositions, or whatever, you know, that make it stand out from the norm, really. But yeah, I fancy doing it. But if you've any comments on that, or if you think it's not worth it, or anything really, just let me know, and I'll either do it or not. But I think we'll do it. Might be a laugh. It might take me more than 1 year to do it, to be fair, because we've got a lot planned next year. But anyway, it's something to look forward to and something to plan for. So back on the canal. So I think it was open in about 1811. Obviously building started much earlier than that. And it runs from Aspley in Huddersfield, 20 miles up to Ashton. And I think there's about 74 locks in total. You can't walk it all, obviously, because you can't walk through the Stanage Tunnel. But yeah, 20 miles, so it's a fair old whack. And then I think it might join the Huddersfield Broad Canal or the Leeds-Liverpool, I'm not sure. But yeah, after that it joins another one, and then obviously at the other side it might do the same. Yeah, I'm not sure. But you can look that up. Yeah, pretty cool.
No one else is home. I swear I drank a half bottle in less than a half hour. I swear I didn't mean to give away my power on the
I'm a sucker for a pack horse bridge. So I've got two compositions here. I don't know which one I like best, but I've taken two. One's of the bridge, looking at the bridge with a mossy tree in the background, and then one is of the bridge on the bridge itself. So.
I swear I drank to have fun, not to forget. But halfway in I noticed it was just an outlet. Anyone.
So we will soon be arriving in Slaithwaite, or Slaithwaite as we know it around here, and again it's quite vibrant and got a lot of really nice pubs and shops, artisan shops and cafes and things like that, and it's definitely on the up. And the canal was covered when I was a kid through Slaithwaite, but they've opened all that up again. And obviously it's really nice. There's I don't know the whole story behind the moon rakers, so I'm not au fait with the entire story, but I think it went on something along the lines of there were some smugglers trying to get something out of the canal or somewhere nearby, and some police came past us, and they pretended they were raking the cheese out of the canal. It was actually the moon. So the constabulary thought they were very inebriated and just carried on, leaving them to their smuggling wares. So that's a bit of local, if not entirely correct history, but I think it's there or thereabouts. It was something to do with pissed up guys raking the moon in the canal. So there's a festival every year of which there's bands on and obviously there's stalls and, you know, different sort of things going on. So look it up and have a journey down to it. It's a cold one today. Oh wow, look at the light up there. Flip you around to have a look at the light.
From eating me up every time it gets dark.
A heron hiding in the bushes. So obviously all that was closed in when I was a nipper, and opening it up has done great for the village. So like I said, you know, before, there was Home is Where the Heart Is was filmed here, and some have lasted the summer wine as well. And the League of Gentlemen filmed part in Marsden as well. So it's quite famous, some of it. But yeah, that's Slaithwaite, or Slaithwaite as we call it, Slaithwaite. So most of the industry around here back in the day was textiles and wool, and a lot of the mills have now been turned into flats and apartments, and all the chimneys that you could see up and down the Combe Valley have all but gone now. There's a couple still remaining, of which this is one. But yeah, I mean, most people, and that's what the canal was here for, obviously bringing the wool in and the textiles back out. And yeah, we've actually, in Golka, there's a Carding sort of woolen textile little museum up there. Well, there used to be, still might be there. Excuse me. But yeah, that's what the Huddersfield was famous for, and that's where all its money came from. And if you go into Huddersfield town centre now, there are still some buildings left that do boast of a more prosperous time, I guess. And there's some really, really nice old buildings there. But yeah, the town centre has changed quite a lot, and so has the valleys leading into Huddersfield, the Home Valley and the Combe Valley. But yeah, so that's just a bit of a vague history of Huddersfield. So you probably can't see this, but about there-ish, around there, is where I used to live and where I grew up. That's all Linthwaite. Linthwaite Church. And the school I went to is just by there, but it's now been demolished. In fact, they were demolished about 40 years ago, to be fair. So I found another composition here. I think it's fairly reasonable, but I'm actually sat at the bottom. I'm actually stood at the bottom of what used to be a massive mill pond, where I used to fish. It's now full of silver birch trees. Copious amounts of silver birch trees. I'll flip you around, let you have a look. So there you go, and just there is the old mill and this was called Cotton's Dam. Yeah. Sorry. And there's the shot I have got. I've tried to isolate as many trees as I can. So yeah, we'll have a look. So yeah, Cotton's Dam. It's probably got a few of my floats knocking about in here. It's got snagged on the bottom. But hey, oh, if the shot's any good, here's the shot.
I've been acting like a wild man, sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant.
So I've seen it all this morning. We've had a cormorant, moorhens, and moorcocks, kingfisher, 2 different herons, a big bird of prey. Don't know what that was though, but it came swooping down over the canal and then away. And then obviously plenty of ducks. Oh, and dippers as well, and a tree climber as well. So plenty of stuff. So that's me done. I didn't find anything after the silver birches. And I'm just walking into Milnsbridge now. So it's not the most picturesque part of the canal. Yeah, because it's a bit, not wrong with it, it's just industrialised a little bit more than the rest of the canal. Excuse me. So that will be it for me. Hope you had a great year. Hope you had a good Christmas. And I hope you have a happy new year. Don't drink too much. I might. Yeah, so we'll call that a do. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing and liking and dropping some comments. The more the merrier, please. It always does help the channel, doesn't it? And like I say, I want to build as much as I can so I can get content out. So until 2026, see you later.